In this video, I will be demonstrating to you how to properly perform 5 different exercises. The first one I will be demonstrating to you is the medicine ball chest press. The medicine ball chest press is an upper body exercise that uses the medicine ball to strengthen chest, shoulder, and core muscles. It is a power-based exercise generally used to help football players replicate similar chest movements in the game. Prime movers used in this movement are the pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, triceps, transverse abdominis, internal abdominal oblique, external abdominal oblique, rectus abdominis, and the deltoids. Choose a medicine ball that has the appropriate amount of weight to it so you are able to keep correct form while performing the exercise. Begin by laying down on the bench with the medicine ball resting on your stomach. With one hand on either side of the ball, slowly raise the ball into the air so your arms are almost straight. Avoid locking the elbows. Keeping your elbows tucked in, lower the ball back towards your chest. Don't let the ball touch your chest though. Continue to repeat the steps until you have completed all of your reps. The shoulders are very flexible but also vulnerable to energy, so be sure the weight of the ball is slightly lighter compared to other exercises. By starting lighter, you will work your way to a heavy ball once you are confident in your ability to add more weight. One of the common faults seen in this exercise is adding on too much weight too quickly, which could cause you to strain or injure your shoulders, so be sure you are adding on appropriate amounts of weight. Another common fault seen in this exercise is the lack of correct form. By keeping a flat back and tight core, you are able to improve upper body power without putting strain to your back. The second exercise I will be demonstrating to you are jump squats. The jump squat is a full body exercise that requires no equipment and primarily works the legs and midsection by alternately stretching and contracting the muscles. Correct form can help athletes improve the vertical jump and explosiveness in numerous sports. The prime movers involved in this exercise include the gluteus maximus, hamstrings including the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, abdominals which are the rectus abdominis, transverse abdominal, abdominal internal oblique, abdominal external oblique, quadriceps including vastus intermedius, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and rectus femoris in the calves. Work out on grass or turf to lessen stress in the knee joints. Your feet should be a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Put your hands behind your head with your fingers interlocked. Start by standing tall, then coming down into a squatting position with your thighs slightly higher than your knees. Quickly explode into the air for maximum height. In mid-air, your body should be as straight as a stick. Land in a squat position and pause for a moment. Repeat until you have reached all of your reps. Be sure not to do the jump squats too many times in a short duration because you may put too much stress on the joints of the knees. When landing, land on your toes and let your ankles, knees, and hips bend to absorb the impact. One of the most common faults seen in this exercise is only using your ankles to jump off the floor and not starting from a full squat. Another common mistake seen in this exercise is landing on the flats of your feet or heels, which could cause lower back pain due to the impact of hitting the floor. The one-arm dumbbell row, when performed correctly, is one of the most versatile upper body exercises. The movement involves scapular retraction and depression, along with spinal extension and compression through the thoracolumbar region, and also acts as a core stabilization exercise through anti-rotation and anti-flexion. The row is typically intended to work the latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, lower traps, and erector spinae, and requires a large degree of stabilization from the rotator cuff. You also engage the teres major and minor, deltoids, infraspinatus, biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis, and pecs. Begin with feet hip distance apart. Hold the dumbbell on one hand. Take one step back into a lunged position. Keep the front leg bent with the knee in line with the ankle and keep the back leg straight. Lean slightly forward and rest your free hand on your forward thigh. Use the left hand to pick up the dumbbell on the floor and hold the weight while keeping your lower back straight. The palm of the hand should be facing your torso. This will be the starting position. Pull the resistance straight up to the side of your chest, keeping your upper arm close to your side and keeping the torso stationary. Breathe out as you perform this step. Concentrate on squeezing the back muscles once you reach the full concentrated position. Also make sure that the force is performed with the back muscles and not the arms. Finally, the upper torso should remain stationary and only the arms should move. The forearm should do no other work except for holding the dumbbell. Therefore, do not try to pull the dumbbell up using the forearms. Lower the resistance straight down to the starting position. Breathe in as you perform this step. Repeat the movement for the specified amount of repetitions. Switch sides and repeat again with the other arm. By straightening out the spine and getting into more of a neutral position, you allow the shoulder blade to move properly and to get the lats and rhomboids to pull properly. The row movement should also be a spiral movement of the shoulder blade, not one merely lifting a weight from point A to point B. The direction of the pull involves having a shoulder blade retract and depress, basically moving in the direction of the opposite back pocket. One of the most common mistakes seen in this exercise is that many people row with a hunched over position. However, you want to maintain a relatively neutral spine position. Don't look straight down or straight up, which could put a lot of stress on the neck. Instead, look at the end of the bench. Another common mistake seen in this exercise is that many people tend to twist their torso at the top of the movement to help them generate momentum, but that can be corrected by focusing on maintaining a flat back and using lighter weight. In this next video, I will be demonstrating to you how to properly perform the seated tricep extension. The seated tricep extension isolates and strengthens the triceps. This exercise also improves shoulder stability and mobility. The key is to make you feel the push resistance in your triceps. The prime movers used in this exercise are the triceps brachii, biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis, transverse abdominis, external abdominal oblique, internal abdominal oblique, and the rectus abdominis. Select the desired weight from the rack and position an adjustable bench at 90 degrees. To get it into position, sit in an upright position and lift the dumbbell to the top of your shoulder. Take a deep breath, overlap your hands around the dumbbell, then press it into position overhead. Maintain an overlapping grip and slowly lower the dumbbell behind your head by unlocking your elbows. Once your forearms reach parallel or just below, drive the dumbbell back to the starting point by extending the elbows and flexing the triceps. Repeat for the desired number of repetitions. Don't overextend through the lumbar spine. Keep your ribcage down by maintaining tension through the abs and glutes. Keep the head in a fairly neutral position. Don't allow the neck to jet forward, as this may place excessive pressure on the cervical spine. One of the most common mistakes seen in this exercise is flaring your elbows. When your elbows flare out, your pecs become more active at the expense of your triceps. The solution is easy. Press your elbows in as much as possible as you raise and lower the weight. Another common mistake seen in this exercise is arching your back. Many people tend to arch their backs while doing this exercise, which is why it is important to adjust the bench to your proper height to prevent this. In this fifth exercise, I will be demonstrating to you how to properly perform the leg press. The leg press is a weight training exercise in which the individual pushed a weight or resistance away from them using their legs. The leg press can be used to evaluate an athlete's overall lower body strength. There are two types of leg press: the diagonal or vertical sled and the cable or seated leg press. The prime movers of this exercise are the quadriceps, including the rectus femoris, vastus intermedius, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, the gluteus maximus, adductor magnus, soleus, the hamstrings, including the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and the gastrocnemius. Using a leg press machine, sit down on the machine and place your legs on the platform directly in front of you at a shoulder width stance. Lower the safety bars holding the weighted platform in place and press the platform all the way up until your legs are fully extended in front of you. This will be your starting position. As you inhale, slowly lower the platform until your upper and lower body make a 90-degree angle. Pushing mainly with the heels of your feet and using the quadriceps, go back to the starting position as you exhale. Repeat for the recommended amount of repetitions and be sure to lock the safety pins properly once you are done. Make sure that you do not lock your knees. Your torso and legs should make a perfect 90-degree angle. Also focus on the position of your head. It should be steady and laid comfortably against the seat back. If you are jerking your head forward, you are using too much weight. One of the most common mistakes seen in this exercise is pressing the weight through your toes. Consistently pressing the weight through your toes places the knees under a lot of unnecessary stress. In order to hit your quads effectively while protecting your knees from injury at the same time, always focus on pressing the weight through your heels instead. Another common mistake seen in this exercise is placing your hands on your knees. Placing your hands on your knees greatly diminishes your ability to do this effectively, and you should be grasping the handles on the machine at all times in order to keep your lower back firmly in place. Thank you for watching. I hope you were able to learn some new tips and tricks on how to master these exercises.